last time, match number 6 here, qualifier 1 for the Chapter 2 Season 6 FNCS Top 3 will book a ticket straight to the final. My name's Sundown, joined by Clay Stelling to call what has been an amazing day of Fortnite action across all of the regions, and it's gonna come down to one last game. Will we see another historic run and somebody able to steal away a top 3 spot from those 4 teams, or will our top 4 be able to cement it? And the question I want to know, Clay, right now is which one of those top 4 do you think is gonna be on the outside looking in?
Ooh, a curveball there indeed. That is gonna be hard. I honestly think as great as they've been playing, I don't know if Macon, Dog, and Biscu can keep it up. I don't know if they can. I want them to prove me wrong. I really do. But Hav and company looking so good. Symmetrical on fire right now. Physics, Frappe, and Alithy on fire as well. Temple, Little, and Zinx. A 14 place placement jump. That is the definition of momentum.
Yeah, they're looking for that from 20th up to 6th there, but also they're 51 points from that top 3 marker. Again, currently, you can see Backpack, aka Major, Notch, and Hav tied with Macon, Dog, and Biscu Fan, aka Wavy Jacob. Jacob, please swap your name back. I'm begging you. As you can see now, Wale, Batman Booga, and Sake able to keep up. Honestly, keep their trio up for what might have been the longest run in these past 3 or 4 games. They've faced a ton of adversity off the spawn so far.
So we're gonna need a stat check on that one, but this is good for them. What's not the best is that they are disengaging towards Fort Crumpet, which we know a team is going to come do this rotation as well. So I would love to see how they rotate this out, all of them being live this time around, all of them being up in the game. But look, Mangoes, Pelican, and Kaboo, they're moving in. They're getting aggressive. They do not want this fight to end because they're trying to establish this dominance over the drop spot.
Yeah, you can see Sake even trying to chuck a couple of shield potions over there. We're going to keep an eye as much as we can kind of on these top 4 teams, particularly the teams in 2nd through 4th, as they are only separated by 2 points. It could come down to a tiebreaker situation, so that's why you see us jumping around. We're trying to get an idea of where all of these guys are at right now. You can currently see Kinnock Symmetrical over by where that dub spawns, just outside of Steamy Stacks. You can see them just trying to loot up, make sure they get the rotation. That car is booted, so no free rotatos coming out of that one. Gonna have to find another whip.
A little confusing there. I don't maybe didn't see the boot on it, but went ahead and fueled it up anyway. And Symmetrical does have that primal SMG. I'm sure we won't see it that far in their loadout, but I think definitely a place in the meta if there was one, that would be the SMG. I would prefer it, just the way it shoots and the way the fire rate is. It can kind of thread bullets through builds really, really well. But once again, Sundown, we are back over to Sweaty Sands. This time, however, Sake, Batman Booga, and Wale on the offensive, it feels like. They have the aggressive foot. They have the footing to go in this game, go into this fight aggressive if they want to, and that's what they're doing.
And you see Wale trying to get a pinch onto the backside, Sake trying to drop down and immediate get a phase 2. They've actually isolated Pelican. Pelican is way far away from his teammates, but unfortunately, as we've seen time and time again on these pushes, they end up overexposing themselves. They overextend for just a little bit, and Sake gets the entirety of his shield ripped off. So what was an HP advantage for them all of a sudden is a little bit more of an even fight, and these are kind of the mis-executes you cannot afford to do if you want to end up in the top 3. Batman Booga, Sake, and Wale were there for the first 3 matches and then just continually had such a tough time. Right now, Wale just getting run down. He's going to get knocked immediately. Sake trying to get over him to help. Gets the wall replaced. Gets a good 49 tag through. Will end up getting the knock with some help from Batman Booga on the side. Can they change this into a 2v1? And as I say that again, Sake gets ripped from some AR fire from the side.
Batman Booga, though, putting the damage down, gets Mangoes. This could be it. Pelican, the only one remaining, but once again, they haven't finished it quick enough. Alithy is going to go down in the feed. Not sure what happened there, but Pelican's going to put that damage down. The shots are there. The SMG as well. The AR, rather. Not going to be the saver, though. Does end up going down. And Bambuka once again coming up. But it's Foursquare. It's Glowy. And it's Hitmarker. Right on time.
And so unfortunate, again, because we saw Wale get completely cleaned up, and you called it out. Alethi going down in the feed. They got forced out of Craggy. They do not have control of Craggy. You can see those orange triangles down there have taken control of the area, and now Frappe and Krizix are literally running for the hills. They've said, okay, we know we're not getting Alethi up. We're not getting that. We have solid loot. We have solid mats on us. Us duo, we're playing for the end game. Raptor coming charging through, but not going to be a problem there, except to cut into the AR rifle a little bit.
Yeah, with 200 and plus, it's going to be fine. But as you see, Elam's coming through. Little getting some, Notch getting some. A lot of players that are in that top 4, top 5, even all the way down to top 7, getting eliminations. And now we're back over. Glowy is going to go down, but they are going to be able to find everyone. No, not just yet. Saint going to go down as well. They do finally confirm the Elims, and I believe that means our 7th place team, yes, can confirm, has been eliminated. They face hardship, they face struggle, but still able to come out of all that, all of these fights, all of these off-spawn engagements, these disengage, and have 7th place going into this game is pretty phenomenal.
Yeah, and you know what? Batman Booga there will have to wait for the sequel. Unfortunately, not going to be the star of this show, as now we're going to swing over. It looked like he might have had the leading role, but instead just relegated to the side cast. He might have had a speaking line or two, as now we hop on board here with Dog, Wavy Jacob, and making a decent amount of room here. They were right in towards that top 4. Let me see which side of the tiebreaker they were on. They were in 4th, just underneath Major, Notch, and Hav, which means there is going to be a little bit of onus on them to get as many points as possible. And good tags coming out here from Jacob as we begin heading more towards the center of the zone.
And we haven't really talked about it, but the ability to come out week number 1, qualify number 1, and get into that top 3 is going to give you so much going into these finals, because you're the first 3 teams to do it. You can claim whatever POI you want as long as it's not the other 2 teams that have qualified from last finals. That is so big. That is such a good mental game already going into finals. So it's huge, right? You don't just get that guaranteed. You get the almost essentially guaranteed drop spot for Macon, for Dog, for Wavy Jacob. If they get it, it's going to be Misty Meadows. That's where they drop. I don't think Wavy Jacob has ever really left Misty Meadows, but all of a sudden, they've got a team trying to ramp there all the way up, and looks like we're going to have a build fight there. The cone is going to come through. It's Mojo. It's Shagmir. It's Solution. Of all people coming on through, it's the 11th place team right now, as unfortunately for them, though, Wavy Jacob going to hit triple dink after triple dink.
And that is just absolutely brutal. It's something he does so incredibly well, just finding people in spaces where he can take advantage of them. Wavy Jacob, one of the most precise controller players. You probably think about it just being able to chain shots together regardless of the range. This is 2 different trios on top of each other. It's pink and slightly darker pink, but right now Jagvir and his trio just trying to stink out Dog, Macon, and Jacob. They are towards the edge of zone, so it's going to be a relatively long rotation for them, but they don't necessarily have to worry about anything right now. They're just trying to hold on for that top 24, get the first round of placement points, and then go from there. But Mojo, Jagvir, and Solution, they don't have a lot to lose. They have to play aggressive here. They need as many points as possible if they want to even remotely contend.
And that's what will go in Wavy Jacob's favors, because they'll be more apt to make a mistake. Because, like you said, they have to play aggressive. They know going into this game, if they don't get every elim that they can, if they don't get every placement point that they can, they may not qualify into. Again, it's not semifinals. It's not heats automatically. It is finals. You are going through to the last stage of the competition, skipping weeks of play to get a guaranteed spot in that finals. That is a lot on the line. And that's why you see Macon. That's why you see Wavy Jacob. That's why you see Dog playing ultra passive, which is not their playstyle. They're not the team to do this, but they know it's on the line.
You need every possible point. That means the placement points. It's +5 for making it to the top 24. So as much as you might think, oh, we know we got tags there. Oh, we know we want to be aggressive. This is the smarter play, just waiting. And fortunately for them, Mojo, Jagvir, and Solution, they're out of dodge. As now we swing on over. Third place team currently owning the tiebreaker is Notch, Major, aka Backpack, and Hav. They're up on the northwestern side of the second safe zone and looking for tags right now, looking to try and get whatever damage they can. Luckily for them, if they do white line it, aka heading straight to the next zone, there's not really any trios there, as Boney Burbs is going to pull a lot of the attention.
I think this is the first time we've hopped on board with them and they haven't had a single elimination. I think every single time we're on board with them, they've had at least one or they've been in an engagement in this zone as well. And that goes to show the same situation with Wavy Jacob and company. They know how much is on the line for them, because it is not guaranteed for any of these trios in this match. Yes, Krizix and Alithi and Frappe may be in the lead by 24 points coming into this, but that's just a victory royale, right? Like,
they're pretty much in. It would take a really, really odd circumstances of points. At this point, it would take all three of those teams getting 20 plus, so basically all three of them making it into the top 4 and them dropping out a bunch of points early. So at the longer they stay in the game, boom, they just ticked over an extra 5 points that nobody else can make up on the lobby, right? So every single time one of those placement thresholds ticks over, Alithi and Co are that much closer to just cementing themselves in, because that's 5 points that they can't get taken away from them. You can't make up the difference. It has to happen in eliminations as you get that friendly format qualifier over there. Again, the victory royale is 30 points total. That's +4 additionally for the VR. Second place gets you 2 over third place. Third place gives you 2 over fourth. Once you're in between 24th through 4th, you get an additional round of points, and then each elim is +2. So that's where you're going to see some of these teams just opt to hold on. But as we say that, Hav, Notch, and Backpack are going in. They're throwing themselves into the mixer.
There's 2 teams fighting down here as well. Nice shot from Hav. Is going to get the piece control. That pickup there, not what Lush wanted to do. Seems like Hav getting all the eliminations. Only a couple players all around. Is going to harpoon right in. The res not going to be able to go through. And that's elim after elim after elim. 4 gained there for them. And just like that, that 5 points. That first place just gained, got cut down very quickly. 5 eliminations as well. So a +10 point game for Hav, Notch, and Backpack, Major rather. But on top of that, it's all those placements that they just got.
What a brilliant push. That push might have just secured them the top 3. The timing and the ability, and honestly, just the confidence to be able to go, to know that your qualification is literally on the line. They were tied with the team in 4th with Macon and Wavy Jacob, and they saw that fight going on, and they said, we can go right now. We can pounce, and they cleared off everyone who was on the northwest side of the zone. So now it is smooth sailing. It is a clear line between them and the zone, and they have to feel confident in that. They have now jumped all the way up into second place. So now we're going to swing back on over. Frappe and Krizix are current leaders, and again, just sitting on the placement points. They have that +5 from the additional gain at +24, and now just trying to outlast into the next round of placement points, wanting to make it into that top 17 and start seeing the tick overs. However, unfortunately for them, in the northeast side of the zone, there's a bunch of teams.
And Temple being one of them. You see it right there. Temple, Zinx, and Little. They're going to get an elimination. You saw Little pick one up there. They're going to rotate a little bit more towards the west side of the zone. This could be great there for them. But where is Symmetrical? Right? Coming in this game in second place, love able to see what they're doing. Because, again, what we just saw Hav do was insane. Temple, Little, Zinx, trio wipe. Again, same thing.
That's like their 7th or 8th elim this game, right? We've already seen them picked up a trio off a spawn. They picked up another trio there. We saw a knock. Like, they're on at least 6. I'm pretty sure it's 7. That was our team who managed to win game number 5, and we talked about it, how it was pretty much the top 4 minus a huge push coming through. Well, Little and Temple might be saying, hey, Sundown, did you maybe try and switch your prediction? Because we're storming. As right now we see Turtle Tavern, Symmetrical, and Cadenox 163. Again, inside, they were that second place place trio just trying to hold on to the top 3 position, and they are loaded with loot.
They don't have any elims. And that's kind of what we expect at this point from them. They're not a team that really goes for these mid-game, goes for these early-game elims, and they play for those low-ground pop-off elims, even high-ground pop-off elims if they want. Not going to try to contest this. Turtle Tavern, Symmetrical, and Kaden will let it happen. They'll let the ramp come over. But with players like Hav, players like Notch, players like Major in the game, you can't be complacent.
Absolutely not. Especially if you want to close out and get that top 3 spot. Again, we've talked about it time and time again, but that's why we're flipping through these 4 teams mainly, because those are the 4 who are right on the line. And right now you talked about letting the ramp over him happen. Well, now Salty and his team have the priority position. They're going on him right now. This could be a top 3 team falling out, and Kadenox desperately disengages. A great job to change level and maintain high ground. Great for the place. Gets the wall as well. Trying to find the Elam here, but they have to be careful. Can't go down. Gets boxed off. And another great disengage from Kadenox, doing everything right, and it only took a singular AR bullet through that entire thing. But the question is, can they turn this into eliminations, as they still have about 10 to 20 yards to go before they're in the zone? You can see Turtle Tavern just trying to desperately get ahead and get in, saying, guys, we can't go down here.
Well, and look at this rotation for them. It's so free. They just rotate, use a little bit of mats to get in, and now they're set up to just hold all of these teams. So yes, while they didn't get those eliminations, they have set themselves up for a really good hold here. You see 1, 2, 3, 4 trios, maybe 5 outside in their LOS. They can find those elims. They can find those tags. If they want to go aggressive, they will, but they're going to have to, because like Hop, we saw them go aggressive. Like Little, we've seen them go aggressive. But Frappe and Krizix have got to be careful. Again, every point they steal away from someone in this lobby that's trying to qualify in, they secure their qualification. Because they, again, had 24-point lead coming into this game. That is a lot of points, like Sundown talked about. The fact that they're still here, past that first echelon of placement, into the second one now as well, it makes their ability to stay alive here so much more valuable.
Yeah, they ended up getting the additional placement points coming through, racking them up. Now, each trio that drops is one more, and at this point, they have to be feeling good. It's going to be so incredibly difficult for them to drop out. We've effectively seen Krizix and Frappi, just through the disengage and surviving this long, qualify themselves through. We saw a brilliant push come out from Hav, Notch, and Major to effectively put themselves above the rest. What will happen between Symmetrical, Kadenox, and Turtle Tavern, Macon, Dog, and Wavy Jacob? Those are the teams who right now, the onus is on them to make something happen.
Hav actually getting more eliminations as well in the feed, so more elims and more placements, and there you go. Turtle Tavern, though, gonna go down. Symmetrical will get one in return. What will happen there? They lead this open, and they do end up getting that elimination. The revive will come through, maybe. Symmetrical trying to hold him off, trying to make sure nothing gets broken. You see the panic in the builds right there. Him. They know, and you're right, they are pushing him. This is a big fight right now. If they get in, they're not going to get in. They're just grabbing the mats.
Oh, look at the rotation.
Look at the rotation. They could go for it, and you're right. That rotation is so good for them.
It's max distance for both of these guys. We have the second and the fourth place team on top of each other with a max distance rotation to make. The second place team is currently being held. They're trying to get the revive onto Symmetrical. So right now in the center of your screen, that's the second place team, Symmetrical and his crew. On the left hand side, that's the fourth place team, and they're both getting the max distance rotation. What will happen when they get in the zone? We see Krizix and Frappi already in position. They should be set, but keep an eye on the top left. Storm Surge not going to be a factor. We got straight old-fashioned Fortnite to the end here. Kadenox takes a couple of tags, but immediately going to box up, just trying to get into that safe zone, looking for a little bit of respite as the veteran CLG Symmetrical is going to take over the tarping. They're in the zone and trying to about face. Got a little bit farther to go. Good hard mats being used as we're closing in on the final moments. The top 3 spots, you wanted drama. It all comes down to these last moments.
And they still haven't separated. Right there, the tarp to their left is Wavy Jacob, is Dog, is Macon. So they both had rotations the same. Wavy Jacob and company did have more of a better rotation. They left first. They weren't being held. And look, they're right by each other once again. And if zone pulls max distance again, this is where we may see them collide. We'll have to see where that
They're rotating
pools,
right away.
and it didn't.
It had to.
They're rotating right away. Both the same. They are mirroring each other right now. But who is going to come out on top? Because they're right on top of each other in terms of points. 169 here on Caden Symmetrical Turtle Tavern. They're closing in. They're getting closer together. They're meeting. They're converging. But they're going to disengage
that's
for now.
Hoven Major on the other side. Hoven Major are pinning them on the other side. That's the yellow triangles there. We have Fratby up on the top there. These are our 3 teams towards the top. We're missing one of them coming through. Fratby, our first place team, is on the top part. You have Hob, currently our second place team, in the bottom right. You have Cadenox, currently our third place team, in the bottom left. Making it Dog and Co are the other ones who are on the screen, and they're all directly on top of each other. Coming down to the final moments here in match number 6, NA West. Trying to show up NA East for saying the closest one. Well, the top 4 are all here in our top 13 trios.
Who is going to go down first? That is the question everyone is trying to figure out right now. Us as well. What can Macon? What can Wavy Jacob? What can Dog do? Is Temple still operating? They've got a big mountain to climb, and I don't think they're going to be able to do it. Macon is going to get elimination. That makes it just a little bit easier. Placements are coming through. Eliminations are coming through. Temple picks up another one. Cadenox trying to make their way on through. They're low ground. They're running out of match, so they've got to be careful about that. Wavy Jacob picks up another elimination. They are losing ground right now. Caden Symmetrical. They need to find more. Hob picking up elimination after elimination after elimination. Look at them sitting on 9. They could compete for first. They could. Where is Macon? That is a great question. They're probably somewhere ahead of zone in that mid-ground. There we go. We get to see them right there. 177 is what they were on. I think 173 was symmetrical. They're just trying to survive. Look at how passive they are playing. This is not the Wavy Jacob we've seen. He has elevated his gameplay, trying to stay alive. Now, looking for eliminations. Look at that, 177, 175, 187. First place,
2 points
all but secured. Symmetrical getting elimination on the Notch. Notch going to go down big. Elim on Symmetrical there. Just a 2-point separation, and I think that just got closed. 177 for Macon. 4 eliminations for them. It's pulling back. They get a little bit of respite for now. Temple going to go down. Wavy Jacob going to pick up that elimination. Another going over. That could be the 2-point difference there that they need to just get ahead. This is so tense. Major going to go down as well. What can they do? Zone does pull back. It is so close. 179, 187, 199.
Where's Symmetrical team? Where's Symmetrical team?
Still trying to make something happen. You're right. What can they do? Can they find any elims?
And we're trying to figure out where Symmetrical's team is as well. It's Symmetrical's team versus Macon's team. All 4 of the top teams are still up. At this point, Krizix and Frappe, they are through. They have done enough. I think Hov and Notch have as well. But the question is, where is Macon? Where is Symmetrical? And can they make the plays when it's all that? Turtle Tavern is down as well. Turtle Tavern has gone down. Here is Macon currently on 5 eliminations, pushing in the 120. Symmetrical gets another one onto Drew. We are literally coming down to the final moments here. And it's all against it. Cadenox gets a knock. Macon gets another one with a brilliant shot. Krizix is still up. The top 4 might as well be the top 4 in the final game here. As again, they're closing down. Symmetrical is going to be the last hope. Him and Cadenox on so many lows HP. He has 3 elims. The 116 shot is all for Symmetrical. Can he do it? He finds the tag. He has to get it. He got both siphons. He got 2 knocks. That's it. 4 elims. Oh my god, this is so close to the end. Hov is still on his feet. The top 4 are in your top 4. There's one other team introducing him. He got the med kit count as well. Will he get it going through? He got the extra placement points. Azilla goes down, and our top 4 are the top 4 right now. Macon is up with 7 elims. Keep an eye on the top and left. They're tied. 189 apiece. As the final moment, Symmetrical is down. That is it. Macon in the final moments. The top 3 in this match are your top 3 in NA West. They will all be going through. No, I lied. Little is still up on his feet. He'll have a victory lap, but that is going to be it. What a brilliant pickup from Macon, Dog, and Wavy Jacob. What a heroic effort from Symmetrical right at the end, but they will shut it down. Zinx and Temple are trying to do everything they can. They'll get cleaned up, but Wavy Jacob, Dog, and Macon with a victory royale